Bhante, you are on mute.
Thank you, Jaime. So, good evening to everyone. Today is the 22nd of October, 2021. This evening too, we join together to practice this precious meditation technique, Vipassana meditation, and the newcomers, they will practice breathing meditation. So, before we start, as usual, what we do is we greet everyone. How we greet? We say 3 times, sadhu, 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 to greet everyone. Together, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, today is the not the last week. So today is the on the 29th is the last week of Vipassana meditation. So we only have 1 more week left to practice Vipassana. So the Vipassana meditators who are practicing continuously for almost like 6 months. So you only have one more week to practice it. Vipassana meditation is so much important because it is the core teaching, the main focus of our practice. By practicing breathing meditation and the other concentration meditation techniques, for some students I teach walking meditation too if they cannot focus properly. So by all those concentration meditation techniques, what we do is we just practice the how to tame the mind, how to gain the control of our mind. We try to calm it down. We try to keep it in silence. We want to make it awake, right, all the time, and we want to make it mindful. But by making by developing the mindfulness, by developing the silence, by developing the calmness inside, yes, the negativities of us, they go down. That's true. But it doesn't mean they decay. They still stay. Earlier too, once when I was teaching, I told you, it's just like a long abandoned pond. So at first what we do is, so by the practice of breathing meditation, practice of walking meditation and other concentration techniques are similar to go to that long abandoned pond and taking cleaning the outer surface of that pond. So you put chlorine, so you take the rotten leaves out, rotten fruits out, dead animals out, and then you clear the surface level. Then surface level is good, but still we understand that the pond is not yet fully cleaned. So what we need to do is to make the pond fully clean. We need to take the water out. That means impure water out, and then we need to dig inside, and we need to take the mud out. So inside the mud there is there are so many bacteria and various kinds of things, so which can make the water impure again. So we take all those things out with the mud, and then we clean the bottom level of the pond, and then we clear the paths of water roots. Then we let the pond to fill. Then what happens? The pond gets filled. Gradually, little by little, the water fills itself to the top, and they are very drinkable, very bathable, and pure water. Just like that, by concentration meditation practices, what we did is we took we suppress the negativities of us. That's what we did. Then after that, by Vipassana meditation, what we did is we started to take the impure water out. What does it mean? We started to eradicate the negativities little by little. That's what we did. So we started cleaning the inside level, the depth level of our mind. So we started eradicating the negativities. It doesn't happen within 1 year, but within 6 months, we can do somewhat. We can make it somewhat purified. So somewhat is better than nothing. So first of all, you need to understand the technique. Then when you develop the technique, graduate with a very strong mind, with a very strong determination, continuously, if you practice it, then gradually you will get rid of as much as negativities that you can. That's good for you. That's for the betterment of you. So that's why Vipassana meditation is the key, the most important in this practice. That's why we spend 6 months to practice this, to train this. So please keep on practicing it at home too, everyone. So it is for your benefit. Even though we finish the meditation, Vipassana meditation practice next week, right? So at home, when you sit for your daily practice, please keep on practicing. Mix it with your daily practice. So give 5 minutes for your breathing meditation, at least 10-15 minutes for Vipassana meditation, and after that, another few minutes for loving kindness meditation. We'll start teaching loving kindness meditation in details since November. Within November and December, we'll teach it. So this is what we do. That's why Vipassana is very, 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 very important. So then you understand. Then you understand. You gain the understandings about the nature. Then you don't do wrong things with your body. You don't do wrong things with your work. Then you learn not to think in a wrong way. You gain the control of your own mind. You become the master. Then what will happen is the negativities, they'll subside. Before we start the meditation, small example story that Buddha gave. Once there was a turtle. It was walking in a path, and a fox saw this turtle and jumped over that turtle to take it for food, take it as a prey. Then what did this turtle do? It went inside its own cover. So turtle's cover. So it's so strong, right? Nobody can harm it. So the fox, it tried. It waited until the turtle let one of his hand or leg away outside. But the turtle didn't. Turtle thought, I'll stay, but I won't keep any any of my hand or leg out, because the fox will take it, bite it and eat it. So what happened? The fox waited and waited and waited, and since the turtle's determination was so strong, it let it go. So what will happen? The negativities are just like the fox. So the more you don't let them to come to you, they'll subside. It doesn't mean they'll get eradicated. They'll subside. You will have a peaceful life. You will have a happy life ahead. So Vipassana helps for that. That's why I asked you to give importance for Vipassana meditation and to practice very ardently. That's very, very important for you. Very, very important. So please practice ardently. Today too, we will practice both meditation techniques. Newcomers, please practice breathing meditation. If you are new, please focus on your breath. When the breath is coming in, be completely aware. When it is going out, be completely aware. If it is short, if it is long, be aware as it is. Don't go to control it. Just observe them as they really are. Keep on observing the breath. The old students, please practice Vipassana meditation. So start observing from the tip of your toes and observe any sensation that pop on your tip of the toes. Then after that, understand that whatever the sensation it is, let it be a pain, let it be itching, let it be hardness, let it be coldness, let it be heat, or maybe blood circulating sensation, or pulsing sensation, or any sensation. Let it be so, and observe and understand this is also impermanent change. Then keep on observing part by part, pitch by pitch, sensations all around the left leg. Then start from the tip of the toes of your right leg and observe the whole leg upward. Then after that, the front, the stomach area, that means the middle part of your body. Front, middle part of your body. So observe from bottom to top, part by part, pitch by pitch, and back area to the area of your neck. Then start from the tip of your fingers and keep on observing your left hand, and then observe the sensations from the tips of your fingers of your right hand to the shoulder and your neck area. Then after that, then your face area from chin to your forehead. Then after that, observe your back head area from the neck area to the top of your head. Part by part, pitch by pitch, very patiently. Whatever the area that you focus now, give your entire attention. Whatever the sensation that you focus right now is impermanent, changing. With that understanding, please start your meditation practice. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Keep your right palm on your left palm, please. Close your eyes, not very tightly. Now everyone, please relax your whole body and be ready to start the practice. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhase Namo Tase Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhase Namo Tase Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhase. With a very calm mind, very quiet, very alert, very attentive mind. Everyone, please may your meditation practice be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Please start right now. Now everyone, very calmly, if your legs are hurting, if you are new meditators, then you can move your legs. If the legs are, if the posture is still bearable, then stay with the same posture. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Loving kindness meditation in brief. Please relax yourself. Relax. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. Very peaceful. May I come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. All the negativities. May I attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Just like me, I share my loving kindness with my parents, relatives, and friends. Just as me, may my parents, relatives, and friends also be well, also be happy, also be peaceful. Peaceful. May we come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Now let's share our loving kindness with our enemies. First of all, I forgive for the mistakes that they did to hurt me. At the same time, I ask forgiveness for the things that I did to hurt them. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful, very peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Now let's think about all the beings in the world and spread love kindness. May all the beings in this universe, regardless of their abilities, regardless of their level of beauty, regardless of their powerfulness or weakness, I share my loving kindness with every one of them. With every one of them. May all beings in this whole universe be well, be happy, be peaceful. Be peaceful. May all beings come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May all beings attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Now everyone, very calmly, very peacefully and slowly open your eyes. Open your eyes. Now everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear meditators, so today is also over. You only have 1 more week to practice Vipassana meditation. So, the next Vipassana meditation will be on May of 2022. Until then, there won't be any Vipassana practice. There will only be mindfulness meditation practices. So, before we conclude, we, all of us, we share further descriptions about that we need to follow, and at the same time we learn more about more insight. We learn more insight about ourselves. So that this is the time for that. So first of all, I want to remind that maybe you are most of the practitioners, they practice Vipassana meditation, And some meditators, they practice breathing meditation. So whenever you practice it, don't try to be the controller of those meditation objectives. So don't be the owner of your own breath. So when it is coming in, when it is going out, so let it flow as it is. Don't be the master of that breath. Just your job is just to observe. Same thing goes with Vipassana meditation too. What you need to do is you need to understand, you already know that you can't control your sensations. According to various kinds of biochemical reasons, they arise and they pass away. They arise, they pass away. Then another one arises according to the biochemical phenomena of the body. Then that one also passes away. And at the same time, all of you know that even though it looks some kind of a similar sensation, you will experience it for a longer time, just like pain. So some of you might say, yes, all the other sensations are impermanent, but the pain of my leg is it is not impermanent. No, that's not true. Even that sensation, it is also a sensation. Try to develop the balance of mind and very patiently observe. You will realize later on that this is also a combination of a lot of sensations. They also rise and pass away continuously. But since we have adapted, since we have developed a dislikeness to this sensation, that's why we hate it. But this is also not specific from the other small or big sensations. Each and every sensation, they rise and they pass away. So this is the characteristic of all the sensations. So slowly try to come out of that old pattern of thinking and just observe this pain, the sensation of pain too, with the balanced mind. Try to do that. So it's hard. It's very hard because all of us, we dislike pain, right? But we need to understand, but even though there is pain, it is also a sensation of impermanence. So just our perspective, it has become, so because of our perspective, we don't like it. So there is nothing to like or dislike here. It is also a natural phenomenon which arises and passes. Just like your hardness, just like your softness, just like your comfortable sensations, just like your heat, just like your coldness, so just like your itching sensation, this is the same. So be the master of it, the owner of it. Just observe, be an observer, and observe them as they actually are. Observe them with the reality. Observe them with the truth. With the truth. Then your life will be easy. When painful situations are bound to come in life. When such things happen too, this mentality helps you. This mentality helps you. So in such kind of situations, many people, they break down. But you will yourself understand that when painful situations happen, at least to a certain extent, you can stay strong, you can afford, you can face it with at least for some time, you will have a balanced set of mind, balanced mindset, right? So that will be very useful for you. So please practice this. This is very important. So just be the observer. Don't be the master. Don't be the master of your breath. You can't be, because even though according to our will we can breathe in and breathe out, the breath is a natural thing, natural phenomenon. It comes, it goes according to the nature of our body. So it's a natural thing, right? And at the same time, these sensations, you can't say, oh, I don't like this sensation and don't stay, right? Even though you hate or you like, their characteristic is passing away. They stay, they arise, they stay and they pass away. So don't try to be the owner, just try to be the observer, right? Then later on, it will help. That very ability of observing will help you in your day-to-day life too, right? So please practice very ardently. Today, before we conclude, I'm going to teach you about the sixth perfection, Khanti. Khanti means patience. Many people don't have patience. Many people don't have the patience. Most of us nowadays have become very impatient. Our lives have become very impatient. That's the truth. So, with the usage of social media, the patience level has gone way down so much among the people, right? Then at the same time, since they don't have the patience, there are so many incidents that we get to know that has happened because of the lack of patience, right? Some people, there are so many people who collide with each other nowadays, right? Because impatient, they can't bear, they can't wait, right? So patience is a very important. The Buddha could become successful. He could attain the enlightenment because he had this patience to the utmost level. Utmost level. So the patience. There is one story that happened during the Buddha's time. One day, the Buddha and a group of other Bhantes, enlightened Bhantes, all of them were heading. They were going in a path between the city of Nalanda and between the city of Nalanda and Rajgir. They were walking on the path. Behind them, there was a teacher. There was another religious teacher with his student. So this teacher saw this huge crowd of Bhantes who were following the Buddha, and he felt jealous. And he started scolding the Buddha. He started scolding the Buddha with untruth. So he made a lot of false accusations towards the Buddha with his student. But his student is a wise person. He has heard a lot of good about the Buddha. So what he did at this time, since it was the untruth, his own student he opposed. Instead, with a very compassionate voice, he told his teacher, "Sir, dear teacher, sir, don't say like that. Buddha has these qualities. Buddha has these qualities. He has a lot of qualities. So don't say like that. Don't make false accusations about the Buddha." Then the teacher was so furious. He said, "Do you know, or do I know? So I'm the one who knows." So then he started scolding. And then his student again he made clarifications. So then finally, both these groups, the group of the Buddha and group of both those student, teacher and the student, all of them go to Rajgir, and they went, the Buddha and the others, Bantes, they went to the temple, and these two, they went their own way. And when they came to the temple, the Buddha asked, uh, so the monks started to talk about this incident. And then in the evening, when Buddha came to teach them, they were talking something. The Buddha asked what they are talking about, what they are discussing about. Then those Bhantes said about the incident which happened in the morning, right? Then Buddha said, while he asked those enlightened monks, while that teacher was discrediting the Buddha, accusing the Buddha with false accusations, and while his student was clarifying and praising the Buddha's quality, what did you think at that time? What did you think? Then what did you feel towards him? Did you feel anger towards them, towards the teacher, and did you feel happiness towards the student? Then at that time, those Bhantes told, no, sir, we did have the balance of mind. So we didn't favor the student. At the same time, we didn't feel anger towards the teacher. We could maintain the balance of our mind. That was amazing. Buddha said 3 times, sadhu, 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 and told, as a Bhante, when someone is accusing me, or accusing the Dhamma, or accusing the Sangha, if you develop any thought of anger towards those people, then you are not following my way. So you are not following my way. So whenever somebody is accused, whenever somebody is scolding at the Buddha or the Dhamma or the Sangha, we should not feel agitated towards that person. Instead, we have to look whether this person is telling the truth or not telling the truth. If someone is not telling the truth, that person is not telling the truth. What is the point of getting angry? That is untrue. Untruth is untrue. If someone is telling the truth, then we have to check, right? We have to check and see, right? So we should try to develop the patience and the balance of mind. That is very important in life, and at the same time, not only in life, but also in the meditation practice too. So at the same time, it is not easy to practice this patience. There are 3 kinds of patience that we can practice, as I told this very level, 3 kinds of levels in the last week too. Some people have the patience, so not the small patience. We should try to develop the patience. So even though we use the material things, we should be able to stay patient. That is the first level of patience. Then patience, what is that? Even though parts of your body go, you stay patient, right? Once one Bhante who was meditating inside the forest, he met a set of gangsters who came to kill him. Right? So they were sent by his own former wife. So at that time, he asked the former. Those paid gangsters, they came and told him directly that we came to kill you. Then, even though at that time that monk could fight with them, instead he thought that he vowed not to harm anybody, even though his life. He wanted to stay patient. So at that time, he asked how much time that they can give him to practice. So they said, only this evening. He asked, can you give me time until tomorrow morning? Tomorrow morning you can do anything to me, but keep my word. So, but those gangsters, they didn't believe it. Then what he did, he took a stone and broke it. Then they said, yes, we are going to believe. Then he meditated throughout the night, and on the following day, he became enlightened. Then those gangsters were so surprised. They asked forgiveness and asked that Bhante to make them, ordain them as his students. Then later on, they got inspired by that Bhante's determination, and later on they became arhats or enlightened monks too. So patience can do wonders. So we need to develop our patience to the level that we can be patient even though the parts of our body go. And then we have to develop the patience to the level even though our life goes to stay patient. Right? That level of patience. So this is called parami, the perfecting, sharpening the patience. So that's how you can develop the ultimate patience. So the Buddha had developed all these three kinds of patience. So whenever you have this level of patience, it helps a lot, and it makes our path faster to reach the enlightenment. And at the same time, it helps us to recognize the small, subtler negativities, and it helps us to come out of it, right? And at the same time, in your day-to-day life, the patience helps us to understand things that we didn't understand earlier. And at the same time, it helps us to get more clarifications about the things that we already know. Right? Sometimes talk, right? They talk about the same subject that you have heard earlier. We become prejudiced, we lose patience, we don't pay attention. Sometimes there may be things that we didn't pick up earlier. Since we didn't have the patience, we don't notice them, right? So at the same time, it helps us to develop a good will. That means a good vision about things. And at the same time, patience gives us. So patience helps us to have to avoid small mistakes, right? And at the same time, it helps us to have a very nice life. Very nice life. So please practice patience too. This is the sixth patience. And sixth perfection. So everyone now please think. I will also develop patience like that, and I will try to develop it to the 3 levels as I mentioned, and I will have a happy life, comfortable life, peaceful life, a wonderful life. And practicing the Dhamma continuously with the perfection of patience, may I be able to attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Oh, please, everybody think. We join together, practice this non-sectarian meditation technique, and at the same time, accumulated a lot of positive energy. We share that positive energy, first of all, with all the sick people who are suffering around the world. There are so many good news, but there are so many other people that are suffering. We think of them. May they gain this positive energy. May all of them recover very soon. May they be able to have harmless, peaceful, healthy lives. May this positive energy be with all of us. May all of us be able to gain prosperity, success, and happiness in this very life. May we develop in the Dhamma path. May we be able to maintain this noble non-sectarian meditation practice and practicing ardently. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. Everyone, please concentrate. Join your palms together and please concentrate. Abhivadana Selise Nichang Baddha Pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balam Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevache Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijjatu. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be very peaceful, may you be happy. Good night to everyone. Good night, Jaime.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you very much.
May you be happy. Pragati, good night.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you very much.
May you be happy. And Kenneth, good night. Right. And Liz, good night.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you.
May you be happy. May you be happy.